Just like that, we're back at the cribbo, and we're gonna do a little 180. Damn, look at that silver fairing. Yo, what is good, you? What is going on today? So what we got going on is kind of like a random part overhaul for the Road Glide. So looking at my Road Glide 2003 anniversary edition, electric glide converted to a Road Glide. Now there's one huge issue here. There's one really big issue. All right, black does not go with silver. The fairings on these were silver mostly, and then a little bit of black. So one of my buddies actually just got a silver fairing, not in the greatest condition. It's also not an anniversary fairing, but it's a silver fairing, and I will no longer have big old black fairing, which it doesn't look horrible, I won't lie. I mean, I looked out in the department of like colors because I could have got a red one, blah 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 blah, but the one I found, the OEM Road Glide fairing that I found, was black, which matches enough to where it doesn't look stupid, but doesn't match the bike. So we are going to rip this thing off because it is currently 4:20-ish. I told the dude I'd leave my house at 4, and I don't have a single bolt taken out of this fairing, so I'm not going to record taking the fairing off, but I'll record putting it back on. So I'm going to rip this thing off as fast as I can. We're going to get to this dude's house. We're going to hopefully do the trade, and then we're going to have a silver fairing, dude. And just like that, ladies and gents, Road Glide fairing in my hand. Yeah, I've done it a time or two. I can rip these things off pretty quick. Yeah, man. Solid fairing, but I'd rather have silver. Silver's kind of my thing, so, you know, it'd be nice to have a completely silver bike, but while we're waiting on this dude to get back at me, let's check this out. Look at that silver. Even paint matched the inner fairing. And then there's nothing on the outside, but here's the disgusting amount of wiring. You'll have to look at it if you ever do one of these swaps. It's absolutely lovely. Yep, wiring for the My Machinist gauge relocation. We got our splitter here. Works justice, man. This setup works great. Yeah, I'm not really sure where I had this zip tied to, so we're gonna have to figure that out. But main concern right now is getting this fairing. While I'm waiting for this dude to hit me up, I'll show you guys what else we got for today. G2 ergonomics, aluminum and sleeved, which is gonna feel beautiful. Quarter turn throttle. Gonna be absolutely fucking sick. This thing is gonna feel so much more crispy. Because if you guys have Harley Davidsons, you know to get full throttle, man, you're ripping that thing, man. Like, damn. But we also got the thrashin supply grips, so that's pretty dope. I wanted to go with the C grips, by Sea Bear, because those things are clean as hell. But they're out of stock everywhere, so obviously they're popular. But thrashin's all right. I will settle for those. I got a bunch of other thrashin stuff on my bike, so whatever. But as of right now, clean this fairing up, wait for the dude to get back at me. I know I said that like 3 times, but so I'll get with you guys as soon as I have the fairing acquired, and we're gonna slap it on the old Road Glide. The old Road Glide. All right, ladies and gents, fairing is acquired. All right, that was weird. But yeah, it's in the back seat right there. You can see it right there. Unfortunately, it's not. You can't see the silver, but actually, yep, you can see the silver. Still a little bit of silver. A little bit of silver in that motherfucker. It definitely needs some buffing. There's definitely some pretty, I don't want to say deep scratches, but they're not deep, if that makes sense. So we're gonna try to tackle those quickly before I put it on the bike, and if it doesn't work out, then I'll just put it on the bike and then I'll tackle them later. But right now I'm worried about getting it on the bike. So we're gonna get home, start assembling, and then we're gonna do some throttle play. Yeah. Some good old throttle play, and then we'll take her out the shed, see what she's looking like. Kind of go over what we did today, so that'll be absolutely sick. So Clockworks fairing needs to get installed, and then the fairing needs to get installed, the bezel needs to get installed. Just like that, we're back at the cribbo, and we're gonna do a little 180. Damn, look at that silver fairing. It's also got black. not an anniversary fairing, but it's still silver. Silver bike, silver fairing. Thank God. It is about time this thing actually has a proper fairing. The only problem, man, hold on, let me flip this thing around. A few problems. One, this dude, like, I don't know if this dude raced professional motocross or professional J-Day with this fucking thing, or like Netra, where like you're running through trees. Road glide in the Netra race, I don't know, man, but like, Jesus, dude, like, what did you do? And he's like jumping the trees over here. It's like insane. But not only that, we also have this problem, which is actually kind of shitty, man. That like really sucks. So I'm gonna have to get like a plate or something that like covers that. I don't know what I'm gonna do, but we're gonna buff this thing, see how it comes out, and then we're gonna slap it on the bike. So a little bit of elbow grease, a little bit of polish, and I'll get back with you guys as soon as I'm done with that. All right, ladies and gentlemen, silver road glide fairing on my silver road glide. What the fuck? But yeah, dude, right off the rip, we're like kind of mid-install right now. This thing looks so much better, like way better, dude. God, I'm so happy with this. The only problems, so not only do we have the scratches and that thing, which didn't even turn out being that bad, but we're gonna get one of the bars that goes there. Also, what else was it? Okay, so this side, the bolts went in great. They're tight, they're nice. And on this side, they are loose as a goose. On both of the top ones, the bottom one's okay. So we're gonna have to get even thicker. I'm already running thicker screws, and I'm gonna have to get even thicker ones. And hopefully not break the fairing, but that's kind of like all you can do on these things. So at the moment, we are installing our headlights. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna get our beauty bezel in there. And then I'm gonna take this thing out. I'm gonna do the polish. I didn't end up doing the polish yet, but we're gonna take it out. And now that it's rigidly on a bike, I'm gonna do the polish while it is like solid and won't move. So yeah, I'm gonna try that out, see what we're looking like. And then, yeah, man, we're gonna get some shots of this thing. And just like that, damn. So we did a hand buff, which is not the craziest buff, but I don't have time. I just found out to do my machine. We have a whole bunch of stuff to go do, so I did it really quick. I did not do the throttle yet. We're gonna do that as soon as I get home after dinner. But dude, the fairing looks absolutely insane. We're gonna pull this thing outside. I'm gonna get you some B-roll of it. You guys are gonna check this thing out. This thing looks absolutely insane compared to what it used to. And I am absolutely so stoked about it. So I'm gonna pull this thing out. We're gonna check this thing out right now. Something sick or what, dude? But now that we got that figured out right there, now that we got this thing figured out, you know what's up next on the chopping block? Grips and a quarter turn throttle, baby. Let's go. Super stoked on this thing. Hopefully it's decent, but I'm gonna show you guys the throttle. Anybody that stunts these things, I mean, obviously some people got it figured out. People will rip these things bone stock, but you know, you're trying to do a roller, right? You got to keep your finger on here, and you get into it, dude. You want to hit limiter, man, and this is all you got, and then you like crank off. Like, I'm still going. The throttle's still like, I cannot hold on to that. So even if you like chalk up like crazy, dump the clutch, pull it, then grab it, now you can't articulate very much. You can't get off the throttle very much, right? So we got to solve this issue, right? So like, dude, that's too much throttle, dude. Like, I'm barely getting through the throw of that thing. So hopefully when we're done with it, it'll be more like one of these situations instead of all the way back. So that'll be sick. But first things first, we gotta rip these grips off. I got the ODI lock-ons, which are nice, and they have the silver, which looks sick. But it's time to let that go, man. It's time to go to some like real styled grips here. So we're gonna rip this thing off and start installing. Gotta loosen up our throttle cables. So pull these sleeves down. The camera, Destiny.
Oh, okay.
So pull these Johnnies down. And I don't know if you guys haven't done throttle cables before, which I'd hope you have, but literally just this lock nut on both of them. You kind of just tighten them up all the way. once I get this off, I'm gonna put the little throttle on and then give it to you guys after that. And then we're hopefully see some pretty sizable gains in the, or loss actually, in the throttle twist here. And just like that, we got the G2 ergonomics quarter turn throttle installed with the thrashin grips. And I'm not gonna lie to you, man, I don't know how I feel about it, because right off the rip, it doesn't feel any shorter. Like, I mean, I didn't expect it to be like a huge difference, but like, dude, it feels like there's absolutely no difference. And the way I'm measuring that is like my roller initiation, right? So I always like chalk up like this and then drop the clutch as I'm doing this, and I hold on to the front brake, right? It turns so far that I literally can't hold on to it anymore. And that's the problem I was trying to solve, and it's not solving it. So like, that's ridiculous. That's how I do every roller right now. It's genuinely like, what the hell? And my Brembo was adjusted all the way back, so I don't know, man. I'm gonna have to just start doing rollers like, I don't know. It's just, I'm pretty excited for that, and there's definitely a letdown in terms of the difference it made. I don't know. I gotta go ride it to really know, but I don't know. But also, here's another issue. Is the grip just spins on there, man. And coming from the dirt bike world, usually you grip glue yourself or like tie wire it, but I don't really want to wire my road glide grips. And also, I think you shouldn't be able to do this. And I cleaned the surface here and I cleaned the surface here like crazy, and it just doesn't make any sense, because you're not gonna, if this is the last throttle tube you're supposed to buy, which is what they advertise, they're like, this may be the last throttle tube that you ever buy. They literally say that. And you got to put grip glue on it. You can't just clean the grip glue out of these ridges, right? So if you grip glue this, yeah, it'll work for this grip. And then when you take it off, now you don't have any of this anymore. And if you were going to grip glue it, why is this even here? You know what I'm saying? So I'm definitely not super stoked about that. But we're going to go take this thing for a ride. We're going to go test it out. Going to get some fairing screws, because we got to get some really beefy fairing screws, because I already have thicker ones. And now we got to get even thicker ones. So yeah, man, we're going to take this thing out to our local hardware shop. And I'll get you my final thoughts and conclude the video afterwards. But right now, we're going to take a little trip. Alrighty, final conclusion. I would say that we went on a pretty long ride. We rode on for a good minute, did a few rollers, you know, really, I really wanted to like feel the throttle. And well, here's my thoughts. So on the throttle, man, I feel like from here to like here is a difference, right? Like, I feel like it revs up faster. You have more response right there. It like goes through the throttle range faster, if that makes sense. But then all of this, nothing. And I don't feel like it reduced the amount of throttle that you pull. I feel like it just changed how much throttle you get out of less of a spin, if that makes any sense. Which isn't really that bad of a thing, but at the same time, I don't feel like I'm at wide open throttle unless the throttle stops moving, right? So, I mean, my buddy the other day kind of pointed this out. It is a quarter turn, right? Like, thumbs there. Thumbs there. That's a quarter of a circle, right? 0.250 of the way around. And I really just don't, like, I don't know. It just doesn't feel that crazy to me. Which you would think for, you know, a $70 throttle tube, it would drastically change it, but it doesn't. Now, I'm not saying it doesn't change it at all. I did notice a difference after riding it. But it's not, the difference isn't really the full turning amount. It's more so where the throttle picks up heavier. So I feel like it just picks the cable up faster. I don't really know how to explain it to you, the way it feels at least, because we all know that the throttle tube has a little bit of extra material on the backside where it picks the cable up. That's how it works. I can't justify buying it at the moment. I gotta ride it a little bit more, but at the moment I cannot justify buying it. But silver fairing, the bike looks absolutely beautiful, man. I'm so stoked on the way this thing came out. The grip turns nice. The grips feel nice. Well, the throttle tube turns nice. The grips feel nice. Not super stoked on the results of the throttle tube, but that is going to conclude this video. Until next time, guys, we are done working on the road glide. I may or may not film another video today, but I'm not sure. But If you guys want to see more content on this Road Glide and potentially trucks in the future, or anything else you guys want to see me do, leave it down in the comments. You know, my life is pretty, I do a lot of things, so I could kind of film anything. But with that being said, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.